Yeah, we'll use Homebrewery for the final product. Yeah. So, um, okay. So we are going to design a magic item as a reward for the latest build challenge. Latest build challenge was the most wholesome character. Let me scroll up to the top. I have not looked at all the entries. I did hear from 3 people today that they didn't know what day it was because pandemic life, and they missed submitting their builds. But I don't know. I mean,
Deadline's a deadline.
yeah.
They had like forever.
If we give up on deadlines here at the end of the world, I mean, might as well just be over. So. All right, so the May 2020 build challenge: create a level 16 character that embodies the theme of wholesomeness. Artwork, elevator, speech, story, D&D Beyond build, restrictions, judging. All right, so the 3 judges have been given their stuff. I don't know who's going to win. We could take a gander at the entrance to get a better idea for what the item should be. I have an idea that I came up with while I was trying to fall asleep last night. I'm gonna float past you guys, but if you come, if you guys have something, please let me know and we'll kind of push it out there. All right, so let's see. Let's go over the builds that were submitted. Let's see. We got Christopher Robin, who is a boy warlock. Let's see. Christopher Robin. I guess he could turn into like Winnie the Pooh. Is that what's going on here?
I haven't read them either.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Let's see. Who else do we got? I was kind of leaving it up to the judges. Plus, I like to design the item without 100% knowing like who the people are entering. Yeah. So
I feel like if we just make the item embody the theme of wholesomeness, all of them should be able to use it if their character is wholesome.
All right, fair enough. So my idea was for the wholesome item was a teddy bear. So obviously things that you could do with the teddy bear, it could cast calm emotions, which is actually a very OP spell. It's an encounter ender. But then I also
hug it really, really hard.
Yeah. Like I like the idea that if the person pulls out the teddy bear and they hug it as an action, it calms the emotions of casts calm emotions on everybody, like friendly fire, like the whole deal.
I had a similar idea.
Okay.
Calm emotions. I was thinking if we didn't want it to be like the full spell, maybe make it like you can cast calm emotions if you talk to a creature for like a minute. So then it's more of a roleplay item.
Okay.
A combat ender.
Like you use the teddy bear as like a puppet, like police do when they're trying to like calm down kids or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, that could be pretty good. I also liked the idea that it was also a figurine of wondrous power that would just straight up turn into like a brown bear. I mean, low level it seems good, but all low level games, I guess according to law, have to have a moon druid in them. So you already have like one brown bear anyways. So, right? Like who cares? Yeah. Late game, having it turn into a bear, like that's some decent additional DPS for maybe 1 or 2 rounds till it's killed. So yeah. So I thought that'd be kind of cool to make it like a dual item. I know that we've got a lot of people in the games, so summon items are kind of meh, but could be useful. It'd be definitely fun. Like people like figurines of wondrous power, so it would be like a dual purpose item basically. I don't know. Plus figurines of wondrous power, they have like a really long recharge, which would be good.
Then they're not just spamming it.
Right. Like Red, he got the orb that summons like a little beholder. That thing's OP as hell. It's OP as hell. Like, yeah, range status effects on tap, even with the low DC. eventually, like, a boss is going to fail and then have to burn, like, a legendary resistance just to avoid the attacks of, like, a CR, like, 1/4 beholder. So, yeah.
I wrote down a few other ideas. I
Okay.
was looking at different items and spells to see what might be wholesome.
Okay.
And we could play around with them. So there was a spell called Aura of Purity, which is obviously way too strong. But hold on, let me pull that up. Okay, I linked that in the chat for you.
Oh, sure.
It's a 4th level spell, which is way too strong.
Right.
Them, but
purifying.
I think the idea behind it.
Yeah. Purifying energy radiates from an aura within 30 feet until the spell ends. The aura moves with you, centered on you. Each non-hostile creature in the aura can't become diseased, has resistance to poison damage, and has advantage on poor poison damage. Poor poison damage. All the green dragons should just kill themselves. Honestly. There's so many things that, like, mitigate poison. It's just embarrassing. Has advantage on saving throws against effects that cause any of the following conditions: blinded, charmed, deafened, frightened, paralyzed, poisoned, and stunned. Wow.
Yeah, so then you tone that down by like 1,000,000 times.
Right. Yeah, because it's also a concentration too. So
like an aura of wholesomeness or something, and then maybe they have advantage on saving throws against fear, and maybe some other effects to make it a little stronger. But that's another idea.
Yeah. There's so many things that already help you against fear anyways that this wouldn't be too busted.
What's that spell Snuggly did to provide us a house or something? Or
Liamon's tiny hut?
Tiny hut? What about a reskinned, like, tiny hut item that's, like, a very wholesome
a cozy house.
Like, yeah, a cozy house, or like a blanket fort or a pillow fort.
Oh man, blanket fort would be amazing.
Cause that's kind of wholesome, right? It's like, cause you're like, it's a place where everybody can be like safe and then kept warm.
Yeah, I'm liking blanket fort. Blanket fort would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Or you could do like I don't know if it'd be really wholesome, but like, you know, like how Bob Ross has like the paintbrush.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like, like what's a good wand, like wholesome wand spell ability?
A wand of hugs.
A wand of hugs.
I feel like wand of hugs could be grossly abused though. So
as long as they're not free. That's the only stipulation. You can't have free hugs.
I mean,
I wonder if there is such thing as wand of hugs.
I'm really digging the blanket fort, because that's a utility item too. So that would benefit like everybody, which is the whole idea of wholesomeness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, we could take it in like a Linus's blanket situation, where it's a cloak when it's not a blanket fort.
Oh. What do you think the cloak would do?
We'll call it Cloak of Blanket Security.
Maybe the cloak gives you a hug. So you feel all nice and warm inside.
Well, there you go. The cloak gives you advantage against fear. You, the person wearing it.
Yes, that's a good one.
Yeah.
And it keeps you warm. So when you go to the cold places.
Oh,
which rarely happens.
Like a ring of warmth? I mean, that's pretty good all by itself. Let me see.
If you want to make this blanket even more busted, give it like a once per long rest or short rest mantle of inspiration.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Of letting it. Yeah, I try not to give out class features through items, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like it's the artificer's job to just steal everybody's class features. You know what I'm saying?
You
like,
could.
Yeah, it's not my job to hand out the.
You could as like a one-time reaction, right? Like what is it? Doctor Strange's cloak, how it pulls him out of the way of danger.
True.
You could have it do something like that. Just
We
like a
we
one-time,
have
like a
we
day
have
thing.
given out an item like that. The leaf token or whatever, the Village of Leaves token, and oh my god, that's so strong. It's so strong. Like being able to like get out of the way of an attack as a reaction, even if it's only once a day. Wow, it's really, really powerful. Well, the Ring of Warmth, the reason it requires attunement isn't because it protects you against temperatures as low as 50 degrees or negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's because it gives you resistance to cold. And generally with these items, we try to make them less powerful than an attunement-based item.
Well, you could just remove the resistance to cold part.
Yeah, we could just say, in addition, you and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Okay. And then what? Once per day, you can take off the cloak and use it to build a blanket fort.
Yes.
Okay. Do we want the blanket fort to be more of a rope trick situation, like where you actually have like an adorable, snuggly, like room that everybody can go into?
Yeah, but like this rope trick, can they see? They just see the end of the rope, right? They don't.
Yeah.
They can't like they don't see the place. They don't see it as a blanket fort or a room.
Yeah, but in this instance,
outside people, but inside people do.
In this instance, they would see the blanket fort.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you have to have permission to enter still.
Okay. So we'll put the interior of the fort functions exactly like a rope trick spell. But the duration is only 1 hour of rope trick, whereas Liamon's tiny hut lasts for 8 hours. But it's just Liamon's tiny hut. So I kind of feel like the rope trick is more fun. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Well, that gives them like what a short rest. Well, Terry dropped, I think. Internet died. Would it just be like that hour short rest then? It wouldn't be like a full.
Oh,
they wouldn't be able to take a long rest in it.
Someone in the stream suggested like a Mordenkainen's mansion, but that's really powerful.
Ooh, that's like what, level 7?
Yeah.
It's a little bit too powerful for something that doesn't require an attunement.
Yeah.
I could see the rope trick because you don't want this to be super powerful. Like it's a safe, basically in the middle of a dungeon. This gives you an opportunity to take a short rest.
Right.
But it also gives the opportunity for like people to be like, "Oh, look at them," in their hut.
Hey.
So
I totally forgot my food.
I wish it was at my meat, and I was like.
Let's see. Cloak of blanket security, advantage against fear while wearing this cloak. In addition, you and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Once per day, you could take off the cloak and use it to build a blanket fort. The interior of the fort functions exactly like a rope trick spell. It's definitely useful. And like the blanket fort idea is pretty wholesome, especially if the inside has some like accommodation features beyond the normal rope trick spell, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a nice to have if it's like, a wholesome item. It's nice for it to just be more than just used in combat. I feel like it doesn't feel right to be used in combat.
Yeah, that's a really good point. Like, teddy bear turning into a brown bear is cool, but also not very wholesome to have a teddy bear come to life and
maul somebody.
maul somebody, like what happened to poor Uncle on Thursday. So, poor Uncle. Okay, yeah. Let's see. So, how big is the interior of a rope trick?
Rope trick.
It can hold as many as 8 people. It never actually tells you how big the inside is, does it?
60 feet. No, man.
Yeah, it just says it can accommodate 8 people. So could come up with a really cute map for it, you know, and then fill it with like board games and teddy bears and all that kind of stuff. All right, so the interior of this extra dimensional space is full of healthy snacks and let's see, it's full of healthy snacks, cuddly stuffed animals, toys, and games.
That's so nice.
Yeah.
Pillows.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, mountains of pillows and blankets abound, and 3 unseen servants prepare and serve the snacks and hot cocoa. There we go.
That's like on the border of rope trick and the mansion.
Yeah, it's like, but it's not as strong as the rope trick because I feel like it'd be easy for a monster to stumble along, see your blanket fort, and just smash it. You know what I mean? So I feel like there probably needs to be some kind of mechanics for the AC and hit points of the blanket fort. So like the blanket fort is visible to anyone if destroyed. It reverts back into a cloak, and all occupants are what's the word I'm looking for? Dispersed?
Ejected?
Ejected. There we go. Into the closest adjacent unoccupied spaces where the fort once stood. The blanket fort has an AC of 10 and 30 HP. Huh? Oh, and then we have to add the obligatory, it is immune to poison and psychic damage.
All right. All conditions?
Oh, yeah.
In all conditions.
I feel like all conditions is super lazy because you should be able to set a tent on fire. You know what I'm saying? But I guess being on fire isn't a condition in the normal sense.
No.
Alright, so this is what we got. Cloak of Blanket Security grants whomever is wearing it advantage against fear. Let's see. Oh, sorry, not whomever. Whoever is wearing it. Advantage against fear. In addition, you and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures as low as -50 degrees Fahrenheit. Once per day, you can take off the cloak, use it to build a blanket fort. The interior of the fort functions exactly like a rope trick spell. The interior of this extra-dimensional space is full of healthy snacks, cuddly stuffed animals, toys, and games. Mountains of pillows and blankets abound, and 3 unseen servants prepare and serve the snacks and hot cocoa. The blanket fort is visible to anyone. If destroyed, it reverts back into a cloak, and all occupants are ejected into the closest adjacent unoccupied spaces where the fort once stood. The blanket fort has an AC of 10 and 30 hit points. It is immune to status conditions as well as psychic and poison damage. Seems good to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem too strong. I'm sure it is. I'm sure it's going to get abused like crazy. But the fact that it's a very obvious blanket fort that can then be smashed by just about anybody, I think that's the balancing factor there. Unlike a rope trick that could be a little bit harder to figure out for monsters, I think just about any monster could see a blanket fort and know that it could smash a blanket fort. You know what I'm saying?
There's a suggestion in the chat.
Oh.
To maybe have the sanctuary spell effect on the fort, so that monsters have to make a wisdom save before they can destroy such a cute thing.
Oh, that's a pretty good idea.
Lower its like HP.
The fort is so cute that anyone attacking it must first pass a DC 13 wisdom saving throw. Or be unable to attack it this round. Okay, that sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Alright. And then what, we drop it to what, 15 hit points instead of 30? Or just leave it at 30 hit
20.
points? 20? Okay. Alright. That's enough that, like, a few goblins would have to beat on it for a little while to knock it down.
Yeah.
Alright. I dig it. So now that we have the text, we can go to Homebrewery. Alright. Magical Homebrewery. Sweet. So this uses markup. So we'll go ahead and grab all this and bring it over to Homebrewery. We'll just put it right there. Alright, Cloak of Blanket Security. Sweet. This is a wondrous magical item. And also a cloak. So it does take the cloak slot. Alright.
It's not attunement though, right?
Nope, doesn't require attunement. Let's see. BR to break. There we go. Okay, so grants whoever is wearing an advantage against fear. In addition, you and everything you wear or carry are unharmed by temperatures. Is okay. Let's see. Let's do another break. Let's see.
I think you have to change the wording for advantage against fear to advantage against being frightened.
Oh, good point. Okay. Grants whoever is wearing it advantage against being frightened. In addition, you and all right. How about this? Instead of grants whoever, when worn. That seems way cleaner. When worn, comma, you have advantage against being frightened. In addition, you and everything you wear and carry are unharmed by temperatures. Okay. Once per day. Kind of wanted. There we go. And let's see. I know that 5e prefers you, instead of saying once per day, to say like this ability
once per long rest
cannot be used again until like dawn, or like their use of this refreshes at dawn, blah 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 blah. That seems to be the popular way of doing it. Let's see. So we'll put as an action, or is it as a ritual? as a ritual would make it even harder to abuse because you couldn't just throw this thing down in the middle of a fight and then everybody runs inside the blanket for it.
Just to get a breather.
Take 10 minutes. Yeah.
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 Okay.
You need to survive one hit.
Yeah, you
Like
can
a fort.
spend 10 minutes turning this cloak into a blanket fort. There we go. Alright, the interior of the fort functions exactly like a rope trick spell. The interior of this extra dimensional space is full of healthy snacks, blah, 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 blah. All that's good. The blanket fort is visible, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. Once used in this manner, or wait, the cloak cannot be used again in this manner. The cloak cannot be used again in this manner until the next dawn. There we go. All right. Seems good?
Seems good.
All right. So now, let's see. What I usually do is I just screenshot like what I want from here, and then take it over to Photoshop to finish it up. So, but then we have our wholesome item. Sweet.
So wholesome.
It kind of is. I kind of wish I could find a magic item like that. That seems like a really good magic item. I think when you're building a magic item and you're also going to be DMing that magic item, it's always good when you wish you could have that magic item. So,
yeah.
Or you're excited to see the magic item in play. All right, let's see. Build battle prize template. Opening it up now. There we go. Yeah, what's weird is like Red won that last build battle and never actually assigned that magic item to anybody, which is kind of weird. All right, and then to get the torn edges, I actually use an eraser called Torn Edges. So scroll down. Nope, that's not the one I want. Where are my torn edges? Let's see. Oh, geez. They're just really big. Okay. Ah, there we go. Sweet. Do I need to make it a little smaller? There we go. And this is Wholesome Build Challenge. What am I must have so many extra layers here. Oh, I see the problem. I probably have a flattened layer somewhere. Maybe?
Possibly.
Alright, let's see. Alright, what am I missing here? Oh, okay. I'm in a different folder. Derp. That makes sense. Oh, right, because there's one for each thing. Cool. Let's see. This is Wholesome. Cool. All right, so we got Wholesome. Now it's on its own layer. That makes more sense. Okay. So we get rid of this, we get rid of this, go here. Now we should be able to, oh my god. Now we should be able to get rid of it. I wonder why I can't interface with this. Did it get flattened? I wonder if it got flattened.
Yeah, that's not a text layer.
Oh, yeah, that sucks. All right. I got to go back to one that isn't flattened then. So let's see. Or rebuild it, but it'd probably be easier just to go steal it from a previous layer. There we go. Here we go. Get rid of that. Bring that down. Done. Sweet. All right, and then we just need a picture, which we have this picture of a blanket for it. I don't know. I feel like we could just use this. Unless you guys have a different blanket fort you want to use.
I don't really see any better one.
Yeah. All right, then we'll just do that. And we could at least fade the edges of it, I guess. Oops. Done. There we go. All right. Cool. So now we just got to hear back from the judges so that we could send it out to peeps. I guess I could apply like the drop shadow to it. There we go. So it matches the other stuff. Sweet. Okay. Yeah. Thanks for your help, guys.